I'm here at Kal Penn's Inspirational Talk, campaigning for this guy, Barack Obama. All right, we're here with Off the Wire and our good friend Kal Penn. Now, Kal, you're here campaigning for Senator Obama, right?
Yes, sir. I'm a surrogate for the senator, so we did a little rally over here in the next room.
Well, so how did you get into the Obama campaign? Were you first drawn to more of the hope or the change?
Probably both hope and change.
Okay.
The story that I told, to the group was basically how I got involved with. I was living in Texas, and I had this friend who wanted to go to college really badly and had no options other than a minimum wage job or 90 grand in the private sector in Iraq. So that was kind of a wake-up call for me, and I think for a bunch of my friends. And someone like Barack, who doesn't take federal lobbyist money and who doesn't have ties to this sort of old way of doing things in Washington, I think brings a lot of hope and change, and has got a track record to show for it. So,
Is it? I mean, I can tell that you're really involved and passionate. But is part of this kind of like if he does get presidency, maybe he'll get you a spot on the cabinet?
I'm actually going to be vice president. So I'm kidding. Come on.
They just announced that.
Did they?
No, I don't know.
Love you. No, actually, there isn't.
Not even like Secretary of Agriculture, something like that.
Secretary of Awesome.
You just start it yourself, your own office.
Here's what I want. No, I wouldn't mind knowing what's in Area 51, but
Now, you said before you were at the Iowa caucuses for how long was it?
about 2 months.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about the Des Moines nightclub scene?
I'm not a big clubber.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am. That's why I asked.
Are you? Let me know when you check it out. We would stay in the office until 11, 12 at night, then go home, go to bed, get up at 7, and go back to work. So, I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Now you've done a lot of films, and actually more of a recently political film. Harold and Kumar Escape from Guantanamo Bay.
Hardly a political film, but sure, the title is a little misleading.
Do you think that your preparation for that film inspired you to leap into politics?
No, I think the two worlds couldn't be further apart. That's a totally fictitious world, and this is the real deal. I think it's great that people have had fun with those movies, but if anything, I think there's a time to get serious about things, and particularly our future, education, the war, and I think it's great people have watched the movies. If that brings a few more people out to these rallies, that's great. But I think if you just looked at the questions tonight, we had maybe 20 questions, and not one of them was about a film. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a pretty clear indication that things in Florida and in the U.S. for our generation are in pretty dire straits.
What would be your biggest word of advice to college students about getting involved in the campaign?
My biggest advice would be just to go and vote. Register and then vote early and take other people to the polls. If you look at the numbers, it's really clear that college students can sway this election. They can sway the state of Florida, and they can sway the entire country. And then we'll finally have a president who's going to represent us, whether we're Democrats, Republicans, or independents. It doesn't really matter. Senator Obama has made huge inroads with working with folks across the aisle, and he's going to do that as president, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Don't underestimate the power that your one vote has, especially down here in Florida.
Well, thanks a lot. I'm sorry, I might be a little underdressed. I accidentally wore the wrong T-shirt.
That's all right. Is that from 2000 or 2008?
Yeah.
Oh, recent. That's fair. It's okay.
Yeah, I was a little confused. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I mean, it'll be a nice vintage shirt when he loses.
Thanks a lot, Kal Penn.
I'm just kidding. All right, take care.
All this talk about politics really makes me hungry for some White Castle. I'm going to head out, but back to you, Brad.